Welcome everyone, this is the second race of the day here at Bathurst. We'll get straight into it. Kevin and Lewis instantly getting jump starts and they have to stay still, which causes absolute chaos behind them. But Kevin with bumps able to keep his momentum. We have Liam coming around the outside from third place. And it's going to be a drag race which you think the Jaguar should come out on top on. And it looks like that is going to be the case. Now Liam has Sean to try and contend with, let alone a Jag. And it looks like Sean has gone around the outside of the Porsche. Which is fine, this is on board with Lewis, who was one of the jump stars. You can see him and Kevin go. Then everyone else goes. And then people start bumping into each other. It all just gets a bit messy, but it sort of fixes itself. But Lewis losing out, dropping it down to 7th in that. And now Ben and Coleman, the two Lexus cars, side by side with Lewis and Adam side by side behind them. Ben is outside, looks like Coleman's gone over the grass. Ben's gonna sweep around the outside. Well, Coleman is now still side by side. Who's gonna come out on top of this battle between the two Lexuses? It is Ben. This is Gemini showing just how crazy the midfield can be. Just Steph going wide. And there's going to be about everyone bumping into each other. Gemini side by side with Koulis here. Koulis into the back of Ricky. Ricky hitting Bobby. And Aston Martin and the BMW getting together. Then more getting together with Ethan, who's joined us for the second race here in the Aston Martin. Then Gemini into the wall. Liam not happy with Sean passing him. Instantly repays the favour on the Conrod straight on the same lap. Sean thinking about a fight back, but unable to this time. Meanwhile, one Porsche is making a move, one is being passed. Steph ahead as they get into the chase, and nothing Gemini can do about that one. Up into 12th for the Mercedes. Now Lewis also having a fight with Bobby into the chase. He's managed to hold that one off, but a poor exit from Adam means that defence for Lewis has turned into an attack. He's gonna have the outside line for the final corner. It's not a bad place to be. He manages to get it in before they've even got to the apex. Ethan making up another place as Ricky goes wide in the GTR. Lewis now on the move again, trying to have a hunt for Coleman. Gonna pull to the inside. Coleman's going to try and defend that one around the outside, and he's managed to do so. But just a little bit later, Bobby down the inside of Adam, a very forceful move, sort of almost half punting, half sort of just about shoulder barging the Aston out of the way. And they're now side by side down the straight. They have the other Aston and a Jaguar side by side behind them. It's like the fastest formation lap ever. Who's going to come out on top? Adam is the inside. We've seen the outside isn't a bad place to be, and Bobby gets it. As we get up to the next thing, Adam loses it all, hits the wall, lets his teammate and Koulis through. Ethan just sort of shutting the door a little bit. And this is Steph and Ricky into turn 2. A little bit of contact, but Steph feels it's fine enough to continue. And now Bobby just a bit later on that lap. A move that was never going to work on Coleman ends up putting Coleman into the gravel. And Coleman loses 2 places because of that, as Koulis in the Jaguar gets through. Now Koulis trying to find his way past Bobby. Pulls to the inside for turn 2. That Jaguar incredible and straight a hit up the back from Bobby. And now Bobby goes side by side with him as we cut off board. Bobby ambitious to hold around the outside there, it gets put into the wall, and Koulis takes that 6th place. But again, Bobby not having that. He's going to try again, but fails to pass the Jaguar. Wop out into the final corner. Pulls to the outside, Coleman pits. Like, Bobby's gone a bit wide, he's going to be under pressure from Ethan's Aston Martin. As Ethan pulls inside and gets that move done into turn 1. Now Gemini behind Ricky's Nissan. And he's going to gain a place because Ricky's gone in a bit hot on the brakes. And that's 12th for Gemini. Now the battle for second is still raging on. Sean in the number 1 BMW hunting Liam's number 41 Porsche. Quite clearly displayed on the rear of the car, that is for 41. But Sean's going to be brave to try anything on Liam around the outside, and he fails to do so. Liam gets that one done. And now Ethan from the back is already looking at 5th place. Of course, some of the super soft runners have pitted, but that is still a good start. He's alongside Koulis. As we've seen, turn 2 in the chase are people's favourite overtaking places this race. Side by side, a bit of door banging, and that is the place for Ethan. Lewis and Ben are side by side. Ben's gone in a bit hot, maybe helped into that wall by Lewis. Ben shuts the door and he's gonna keep his podium position as it stands. Coleman, fresh from a pit stop, is instantly lining up Ricky's Nissan. He's going to have the outside for the chase, but then the inside for the chicane. That's going to be a simple move for Coleman. And that is 12th, and now he's instantly looking at Gemini. A great lunge, minimal contact. With a better run, he's going to be able to outdrag the Porsche down the straight. And now Sean, having made an early pit stop, sees his rival Liam emerge from his stop with a bigger gap. And because of that bigger gap, Liam is able to clear his time penalty and still keep his 2nd place, so perfectly done. Ben trying to clear his time penalty. Now finds he's under attack from Ricky. And a bit of contact between them, and that puts Ricky in the wall, and properly in the wall this time. Now Bobby is on Ben's trail, and Ben gets skylines all wrong, and Bobby is able to sweep by around the outside. But Ben, not happy with that, once that plays back, is going to come back straight away down at the chase. They're side by side. Who's going to be the latest breaker? It's going to be Ben. He'll give Bobby a bit of a squeeze in the exit. And Ben, with a bit of a gap, ducks over to the inside, forces Bobby to the outside, and Ben holds on to that one. Now Koulis and Ethan continuing their drag race, basically, 2 of the fastest cars in a straight. And Koulis gets that one done, up to 4th. Bobby now, again, another lunge, this time on Ben. Gets a bit of a slide in the middle of the corner, forces Ben wide. Goes to take his penalty, realises he's done it in front of Ben. Stops what he's doing, and Lewis, the opportunist he is, has gained both the places, so 2 moves for the price of 1. And it cost him basically nothing. But just as they exit turn 2, it comes to boiling point as Ben ends up putting Bobby in the wall, whether he saw him or not. That's not for me to decide. The battle for P2 is still going on. And the story of the day for Sean is that Porsche gets a brilliant exit out of this corner onto the straight. So it pulls enough of a gap that he's not able to do much with the slipstream. And Coleman into the chicane joins an illustrious club for today. The club of people to go straight over that chicane. He even manages to go a bit wide in the exit, but he is going to dive straight into the pit lane for his 2nd stop. Ethan, having made a 2nd stop himself, is now fighting his friend Lewis. That's a good move into the chicane for the Aston, out dragging the BMW, as it was always going to. Here's Ben and Bobby again, the fight that doesn't end, and Bobby showed his nose to the inside, it scared Ben off, and Ben's ended up in the grass on the exit of the final corner. But again, as we always see, Ben coming back, small bump into the chase, Ben gets it done this time. A little bit of grass on the exit, and then even more there. As he's properly crashed out of the chicane, and as he rejoins, Coleman and Steph have a bit of contact. We'll see now on board with Coleman what happens. Maybe a little bit of late braking from him and a bit early from Steph, but Coleman waits and lets Steph through. And now for P2, this was Sean's best chance so far. He was alongside into this chase, even minorly ahead. Liam coming back under brakes, takes P2 back on the inside. As Sean has to find another way through. Coleman, having let Steph back through, is going to try and get past more fairly this time, and a brilliant move around the outside into turn 2. And up to P9. On the final lap now, Sean's having another look at Liam. This is probably his last chance, but nothing doing. There's still a minor chance into the final corner. Is it going to be Dan Deere on the brakes on the Daniel Ricciardo car? No, thinks better of it, but while this is going on, Kevin wins the race, as he did in race 1, but Liam and Sean are having a drag race to the line. Liam comes out just on top of that with Koulis 4th. Ethan will take 5th from the back of the grid. Lewis 6th. Bobby spinning across the line in 7th, followed by Ben in 8th. Coleman in 9th, top a bad day off with the Lexi, whatever you want to call them. Steph in 10th. Adam in 11th, an off day for him. DRL in 12th. And it'll be Ricky in 13th to round out the field.